when you were first starting out in the early stage space, what did you have like a thesis in mind? You mentioned kind of going off gut, like, how were you making decisions then? And then how did that kind of like turn into the thesis for what eventually became Sandalphon Capital?
Yeah, so to begin with, my training wheels was I signed up for AngelList and signed up for a bunch of syndicates, and I could sit doing my day job and getting decks landing in my inbox. So I say you have to look at 100 before you pick one, because you just don't know what you don't know. And over time, there's definitely things which I sort of had a little bit higher conviction in based on what I'd learned in the past. I'm like, oh, this is kind of like this business, but earlier stage. I know a little bit about this market. This one makes sense. And then when I was starting Sandalphon, I basically went back. I think I made 30 small angel investments prior to Sandalphon, and I went back and looked at them. I was like, okay, like, what have I been doing? And categorized them. And I'm like, okay, we've done B2B SaaS. Okay, that makes sense given my background. And then come to appreciate, like, regionally, the Chicago and the Midwest is pretty strong in that. They did marketplaces, same. I would have said I didn't like hardware, but then I had done like 5 IoT businesses, and I think the hardware plus recurring revenue type businesses are interesting as well. And so the first fund was really just the broad lens of, okay, what do I know from the past? What have I been investing in so far, and what seems to make sense? And then we kept it pretty flexible. Given my background, I spent a lot of time looking at fintech, which then grew to insurtech and real estate tech or prop tech. That's sort of what I was getting known for. I don't want Sandalphon to be known for that, because we're sort of verticalizing as we sort of grow out the team. But those are sort of things which sort of aligned with my background the most and some of our early investments. And I would be going to like industry conferences and going to know the specialist funds in that space. But it was, just sort of a loose a loose framework, and then just trying to refine it over time.